The boy Dub Deuce in the building.
All right, what up, what up, what up? It is that guy Dub, and I'm back with another video. How you guys doing at the end of the day, shawty? I'm good money. Now, today we got a special guest in the building, Mr. Terrance Knight. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, young man? What's going on? What's going on? I'm glad I can finally get on here, boy. I've been trying.
Yes, sir. Okay. Now, with everything going on, we gonna start off. You said with the whole Trump situation, because that's big news.
With it. Man, listen,
What's your take?
You know me, man. I'm in the professional wrestling business, man. So I know good entertaining TV. When I see good entertaining TV, man. And I honestly, whether you like him, you don't, up or down, left or right, he has mastered the art of entertaining. He knows how to get a crowd. You can't play chess. You can play checkers with a chess player. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, the first time around, he showed us playing checkers with a chess player is not gonna work. And now they're doubling back again. So okay, you know, you go back and watch that video. The look how it's all set up, man. It's perfect. The picture that they got, that everybody's floating around to him with Secret Service turning him off, and he's sitting there like this. Notice how he's the only one in the camera. That's the hard cam shot. You know what I'm saying? Like personally, red or blue, same pill. You know what I'm saying? Either way it go, I believe they're both for the detriment of everybody who's not them anyway. So at this point, man, take it for the entertainment value. It's on TV. We can't believe it anyway. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's on TV. It's made it to TV. So somebody somewhere has had to say, I don't like that. I like that. Okay, yeah, we can go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man.
Right. Okay. Now, you said the thing that's been kind of baffling me is because when they do the animated, you said reenaction, they got the shooter on the edge of the building. But then when they show the shooter with the drone or the helicopter, he's in the middle of the building. And then also something else I noticed, you said, because let's say this is where Trump's face this way. Behind the kid and like 50, 60 feet to the right of him, there is a second story window that's open. That I don't think not many people have paid attention to yet. Now, I've been watching all these gun channels of professional shooters that cannot recreate that shot from where that kid was. You said something like
man. Come on, man. I believe it's a lot of it's like I said, it's a game at this point. What can we get them to latch on and use so it's okay when we do this? You know what I'm saying? But again, like you said, there's a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of stuff that don't add up. That's to me kind of damaging a lot of the other side. Like it's coming out that the shooter he was a starch Republican. Okay, that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about that makes sense. There's a picture of him on the roof at his rifle that a civilian took. How civilian catch this? But Secret Service, who's supposed to scan everything within everything, like, come on, man. I don't know, man. I think we put a lot more.
My bad, but I was gonna say that goes back to my point, because the picture that the civilian took, he was on the edge of the building. But then when they showed him up there, he's in the middle. So
that part right there, man. But again, people, if we really sit back and look honest, it's not the first time they did it. They've been doing it to us since Man on the Moon. You know, they've been doing it to us since Man on the Moon. Ain't nobody paying attention. If you take Neil Armstrong's name and turn it around, it spells alien. The A in Armstrong, you turn it around with Neil, the Neil and the A spells alien. So, like, come on, man. At the end of the day, it's all Hollywood. So it's all entertainment. I think people in my position who come from the professional wrestling business have a little bit better understanding of that whole concept. So things like this may jar a little bit, but at the end of the day, we're still going to be like, how much of that was really, you know, I'm really about to shoot, especially from where he was at. This ain't 30 years ago where we as kids were just starting to maybe be able to get our hands on a little 22 or maybe our friend's dad's gun or something to shoot. These kids today are playing video guns that got them as marksmen with these military guns from the time they're 4 or 5 years old and they're 8 or 9 years old actually shooting these guns. So you're not gonna tell me that this 20-year-old kid from the distance that he was only gonna knock his ear off. No, no. Come on, man. Like, no, we're dealing with a different society today. Today's society is way more advanced than we were. Although the outward appearance of man, they're going backwards, this and that. But if you sit down and you have a conversation with one of these kids today, it's like talking in what do you what how did you even I was 20 years old. I didn't even understand that till last year. How do you have that now? You know what I'm saying? It's a different level of understanding. No, there's nobody who's gonna have that shot at that age with the access to a gun like that. We're taking that out of context. For him to have access to that gun, this ain't the first time he done shot this. And I don't care who you are. You don't just wake up today like, you know what? Today the president is going to be here. I'm going to shoot the president today. No, it don't work that way. You got to set this up. You got to know where Secret Service is not going to be, so you can be there undetected in your bright blue clothes and bright clothes, so everybody can see me. No mask over my face, nothing, and I'm gonna waste that on an ear. Like, come on, man.
You see that's the thing too as well. You know what I'm saying? But see, on the flip side of that coin, if I'm trying to set this up for publicity, I'm going to research the shooter. The kid did not make his high school rifle team because he was a bad shot. If I'm trying to do this shit for clout or for eyes on me and shit like that, I'm not going to get a rookie fucking shooter to shoot at my fucking head. I know that.
And see again, that was a detail I did not know, but now knowing that, right? No, ain't no way. I'm the best marksman at the best military school there is in the world. I get the country. I'm going over there where all they do is shoot marksman guns from the time they fast. I want one of them. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's crazy. You're not gonna get me to believe that.
And see, the funny thing, because if it's me, you said I could take a wound right here. Even as an almost 80-year-old man, you can say you would take one right here. But anywhere around this, no.
And listen, Donald Trump may be a motherfucker, but he ain't that motherfucker. You ain't giving me no headshot on accident. No. Like you said, catch me here. You have the bad shot. It's still close enough to the heart that we can create a oh my God story. Like I said, when I seen the headline of Donald Trump being shot, I said, "Ooh, he just won." That was the first words out of my mouth. I said, "Ooh, he just won."
I said the same thing.
I said, "Ooh." I just was like, "Ooh, good play." That was like, "Ooh." However this plays out, he just won because those people that were on his side before were teeter-tottering now are gonna be like, "Oh, they gonna double down hard." Like, it's a game of chess, and people keep playing checkers with this chess player. That's why I call it the game of life. I don't know, man.
Crazy. It's like crazy to me because, like I said, because we're also to the point where I think you can have a cult on the right and the left. That Donald Trump shit, that shit's a cult. Period. And you got you said like now. Now you said now we can sit here and look at it. No, yes, Nelly had us had motherfuckers wearing bandages and shit under their fucking eyes and shit. Like I never did that goofy shit, but we saw people do it. You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J had motherfuckers wearing their one pant leg up. We said we saw it. You said these motherfuckers showed up to with tissue on their fucking ear. You said to emulate that shit for that shit. It was insane to me.
But here's my thing though. Was it really at this point the people that support him on that outwardly front? This is not surprising. It's not surprising to me. He's attracted the most. If you're gonna do it to us, we're gonna show you how we can do it better. Crowd there is. You know what I mean? Like he said this decades ago. If I ever ran for president, I'm running as a Republican. I can tell them anything and they'll believe me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's so I don't promote the upper politics either way because I do personally believe that after a level, it gets out of our hands. Now, do I believe there's levels that we do need to vote and be up on? Absolutely. But again, if we have learned nothing about our country, when it comes to the billions and millions of dollars, they don't let that control go to the people. So why would they do it with the man who's supposed to be running the billions and billions of dollars? Whatever. You're not gonna come on, man. These presidents, I believe they haven't picked out in succession which ways to go. I personally believe Trump threw some shit off somewhere. Whether I don't know what, but think about it this way: we've only had three other presidents that's been shot at and assassinated, and what was all three of their stories? They were all for the people, all three of them.
Yeah,
were all for the people. JFK, Abraham, and they tried to discredit Abraham by saying, well, he only signed that because it was just the times and he had to. But then if you go back and you look at any of the descriptions that they give of Abraham Lincoln, his hair is woolly. He's got huge features. He's extremely tall, big everywhere. He's just white. Don't even make sense. Don't make a lick of sense. You know, again, where do we start putting all this into context? They've only let three of their presidents be shot at. And what was the reason? All three of them wanted to get in and change something. I've said it way before this Donald Trump thing came along. I said anybody that both sides of America hates, you need to pay attention to. And we learned it from everywhere. Muammar Gaddafi. As America, we put everything to the side to hate and kill him, and all he was trying to do was unite Africa back together.
Right.
That was it. He didn't want no ill over here. He just wanted all of us over here to know, and for Africa to get to the point of whenever you want to come home, come on with it. You know what I'm saying? Like but again, like I said, this whole television thing. I personally remember being a child when Nelson Mandela died in prison. I remember my aunts and them crying, and my uncles like, "Oh my God, this is not going to be good for us." I remember that memory. You're not going to take that away from me. You're not going to try to Shazam me and tell me it didn't happen. I remember that because I remember the images and my aunts and them talking very sternly about what Nelson Mandela meant to us. And then fast forward, he comes to jail. And I remember being around a lot of people when they said he came out of jail, and we kind of all looked around like, didn't he die in jail in the late 80s? Like, I remember, like, you know what I'm saying? So again, how much of this do we take as, and how much do we take as entertainment at some point? You know what I'm saying? Like it's messed because they're playing with our lives with it, but we have to understand that after a certain level, there's only so much we're going to be able to touch and even look at this presidents on both sides, and both sides have proven this in the past. Both sides has proven this. Biden's proven he ain't really. I moved because I didn't want my children in a racial jungle. What? Wait, what? Wait.
Did you niggas forget the 94 crime bill?
The bill more than any other bill in the history of the world. The one that was given to us, a horn playing black guy who liked to get head, so he had to be cool. Are you kidding? This dude, they have been doing that to us ever since. They have been doing that to us for years. Every time we start getting to a point, we really start coming together and we start working hard together and we start putting all differences aside and we start riding for each other. They get some big yay black movement to calm us down. They've always done it. I had an old head said that they started it with James Brown and that song "I'm Black and I'm Proud," and he noticed it, which is what flipped him. Was they used his song to basically get aggression out listening to the song, and then you would never do nothing from that. And he caught wind of it. And that's when he started noticing that that's what they would do. We did it again. I don't care nobody say they did it with Obama. Come on, man. They quieted the crap out of us with Obama. We was about ready to tear this. We was about to tear this country upside down. We was tired. We was tired. We was that generation that was there when that man won the presidency was about ready to tear this country on its ear.
Facts.
And they gave us that man. And no discredit to him, whatever you got there. Never mind that you're George Bush's cousin from your mother's side, going 13 lineages, but we're not talking about that. We're not talking about the little girls project that came out and put all y'all in the same class of George Bush, George Washington's DNA. We ain't talking about that. We talking about the fact that yes, we got one, but even with that, they still wouldn't let us have one without an asterisk behind his name. They had and look at it. When they attacked him, they always attacked his father. They never attacked his mother, ever. They always attacked his father. His father wasn't a citizen. Well, his father couldn't have been. His father was, but he was on his father. His father, it was never his mother.
But that's just how they do.
And we know, yeah, related. So we're not gonna tell on the side that works. Like, think about it. And Donald Trump exposed it. When Barack Obama was in office, George Bush was the devil to us. George Bush would walk in a neighborhood and got shot. Period. As soon as he got in office, now you got fucking George Bush taking trips together and partying with other presidents and laughing and kicking, making jokes about Trump together. Like so at what point, at what point do we stop taking this so to heart and just start focusing on what we need to do to keep ourselves ready in case some dumb what if the conspiracy theorists are wrong? Just what if?
I mean,
are we ready to handle that?
Exactly. And before we keep it going, let me say this real quick. You saying to my black people out there, understand, when you see black politicians and black figureheads and stuff like that coming to you only every 4 years, they're fucking pandering to you. You said if you don't, you guys need to wake up and understand it. They are pandering to you. When Kamala got on that BET Awards, while she was on the phone with Taraji, she said they not like us. That bitch ain't like us. Facts.
Man, don't even get me talking about. We can talk about that shit all day long. We can talk about that day not like us crap all day long. So is the fact that Drake likes young girls worse than the fact that you like to beat on your wife? Does that make him not like you? Like, we completely excuse that, right? We completely remember Drake said, and see, this is my thing. My problem with the whole "they not like us" movement and what it is he used to try to bury Drake and this. If that was truly how you felt and something that really bothered you, that's something you start with. You don't if me and you getting into a battle and we about to get into something and I know you like young girls, I'm taking that on you, nigga, because something wrong with you. I'm not gonna give you an opportunity to play around with you. But what that was everybody was like, oh, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Kendrick gonna bury Drake. He gonna fight Drake. And Drake got to throwing jabs. And Drake got to throwing jabs. And a Family Matters hit, and they came out in LA. Wait a minute now. And that family matter, I don't care what nobody got to say. I don't care who wrote it, who put it together, who held whatever. That family matters was nasty. And we can stop all that because all of them got people that helped them write. And just because you see somebody get a writer's credit on an album, don't mean they helped you write the verses. It could be, I got the verses, I'm having a hard time with the hook. Hey, yo, how would you do the hook to this?
Mm.
Oh, damn, that's dope. Writer's credit. Nate Dogg used to do it all the time. Nate Dogg
Dr.
used to go
Dre.
into the studio and they couldn't figure out how to get a hook together. And him being the hook man, that's what he did. So he would give them the hook. Now he's got a writer's credit. Does that mean he wrote the song or he helped you write your verses? No. But the rapper Drake is not the first not the first big name rapper neither to have somebody help him write rhymes or put rhymes together. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get over that.
I don't think Dr. Dre's written a verse in his life. Period.
Ever.
But it's just like, okay, you just like, it's like when we start, when like
It's
around
never
like
wrote,
a Jada
and that's
Kiss, you said when like Jada Kiss came around, and you said the way he was talking, it was super, super important. And I'm pretty sure it was like important before Jada Kiss, but Jada Kiss made it like, dude, if you don't write your own raps, you say you not real hip hop. And you said, and then from that point on, you said it made it a thing. But then again, there's flip sides to that coin because now everybody wants to call every fucking thing snitching when it's not the fucking case. Because you said for the dumbasses in the back is if me and TK get into a motherfucking altercation, we go into a situation together where we're committing a crime. And then to get myself out of trouble, if I tell on him, that's snitching. If somebody breaks into my house and I call 12, that's not snitching. Period.
snitching, bro. Trust me, you want me to call 12 because if I don't and I call me and the rest of mine, it's going to end bad. So I'm completely 100% with you on that. I am with you on that. There's a lot of lines that has been blurred strategically, chess game, to where it's like you can't, you know, because I don't want to be one of those that want to say, all cops are bad cops. But unfortunately, we keep seeing that there may not be bad cops until they're put into that situation. And that's the thing. What are you going to do when you're put in that situation? A lot of cops aren't in a place where they're going to be put in that situation to have to make that choice. You know what I mean? I don't think it's all bad people that go to become cops, but it's once you get in and you if you sit and you break down what it is to be a cop, especially today, ain't no way I'm doing that shit for the amount of money they getting paid. Oh no, what? No, ain't no way. So you're gonna get those cops and those detectives who's gonna go on those runs and they gonna do a $2 million bus. Really? Now you're going to put somebody who's usually a good person who wouldn't do anything wrong in a situation of, one, damn, I can really take care of my family with this move. Two, if I don't do it, now my brothers is going to look at me weird. It's bullying in itself a lot of times. And then, it's like I've been told before in conversations with other people that they've heard from stuff. It's like once you shoot a gun or you kill somebody, once you've done it once, it gets easier. So, I have police officers in my family that I've had these type of conversations with, and it does get easier. You know what I mean? There was a time when police forces across the nation were using our mugshots for their target practice.
Mm-hmm.
This is brainwashing them without even knowing it. To where this is why it got to the point to when they automatically saw us, oh, you scared? Why you got your gun on me? To them, yes, because they've been programmed every day for the last year to a year when they go to shoot that this is bad, this is the bad guy, this is who they're going to shoot, and they have a mugshot, a picture of us. So you know what I mean? It's brainwashing all in the same. But it's they've blurred the lines on so much stuff that we can't talk about this without offending that when this should be completely separate on a lot of stuff, man.
It's like the author, Dr. Gross DeJoy, he has a book called The Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. And us as black people, you said we literally have that to this day. And then you said on the flip side of that, you said well, a lot of white people suffer from post-traumatic slave master syndrome, which is you said like that's which is why they think they're superior in a lot of cases. And you said just like I guarantee you, every cop, every Secret Service agent, every state trooper that had anything to do with this shooting, whether you believe in the conspiracy theories or not, are going to be held accountable. Period. But you said when
about it. Yeah.
But you said when a cop does a oops, you said like on a black person, oh, you said they vilify the black person even though the cops made the oops. And it's like
and
one
you
thing
know why
like,
that was
so what?
do you know why the reason they were able to do that for so long? Because the way the Constitution was written, we were written as second-class citizens. So they were able to shoot us and get away with it. People don't understand this when they say we need to keep the Constitution the same and keep it alive. The fuck we do? Are you kidding me? Do you understand where we were at the time? This is why I don't stand up when they're playing the America the Beautiful or at the national anthem. Have you read those songs? That's why
Yes.
whenever they're done, they only do the first verse. They only ever do the first verse. Them verses on them songs were slave keeping songs. They were songs about how to keep us docile and how to kill your slaves to let your other slaves know this is what will happen if you buck against us. What? I pledge allegiance. What? Wait, what?
It's just like it's funny because you said like if you look at certain things like okay, let's say Amber Geiger walks into a black man's house that is not hers, shoots him. You said, and then America's giving her sympathy. Oh, she made a mistake. Oh, she made a mistake. Whatever. But when that black cop accidentally was shot that black woman through the door of his car because she ran up on him, they nailed that motherfucker to the cross. And both of them mistakes. Why?
But you know why?
Why?
Because with the second situation, they got a 2-for-1. They got a 2-for-1. They got her shot, him in jail. 2-for-1. This is why I don't, when people want to pull, well, what about black on black crime? You stay out of that. You don't even understand that. You don't understand that. There's a mental thing that we're dealing with that we need to get to, but we can't because you won't leave us alone to let us do that.
And then also most crime is usually done in proximity anyway. So if you got a bunch of black people around each other, you got a bunch of black people around each other. That's why it's gonna be black on black crime. But you act like in the motherfucking Amish country, it's not white on white crime. So
to me, go to China and get killed. You know what I'm saying? If I go to China and get killed, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be from a. So,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Again, let's stop the black on black crime. Stop acting like y'all don't have multiple TV shows and stations for the murders that y'all commit over $100,000 in insurance money and your new boyfriend. Are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You said they polarize black on black crime to continually demonize us. You said like we're the bad people, but you said it goes back to that you said that saying because anytime we ask for what we deserve, oh shut up, just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Do you motherfuckers not realize that black people are the epitome of pull yourself up by your fucking bootstraps?
Literally, and I think what's happening is we've gotten to a generation of the Caucasian race that don't have that natural hate for us in them, and they're starting to learn that. And so the pushback isn't just coming from us now. And I said this back in when we when we down there blew this country to shreds over over my man a few years ago, and for
Mhm.
all that was going on, which I got some shit about that one too. But you know, um, we've put ourselves in a position of we don't have to do it by ourselves, and they don't. That generation that does don't know how to handle it. That's why they don't want critical race theory taught in schools yet. You notice how they keep saying not yet. We're not ready for it yet because they want another generation and a half to die off first. So me as excuse me, but little Tommy go to school and I started learning about critical race theory and what was going on 40, 50, 60 years ago. I can't go home and be like, so grandma, where were you at when this was going on? You know
I
what I'm
mean, you're
saying?
right.
If they could teach critical race theory right now, it'd be a whole lot of, well, granddad, where were you standing at when that happened? And people try to, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it will. You know that famous picture of the young lady? I cannot think of her name top of my head, and I feel horrible. But the young lady who finally got into school, started that right. My mother is the exact same age as her, was in the exact same school age as her, not same school, but was in the same grade as her.
Mm,
My mother's still walking around healthy. My mother's only 64.
mm,
So I have a grandmother who was alive who still came from a time of remembering family members mine, men wise, being killed for looking at white women. And now
mm.
we're dating them. And you know what I mean? So my grandmother still has a nigga, you crazy? But you know, but it's whatever. But she's also one of she's understood that times have changed and we've moved past that. But she's still fearful, and we have to understand that our mothers and grandmothers and sisters and aunties are fearful because they know what can happen and what has been. It ain't been that long that Kobe almost went down for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just for lying because she didn't want to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean? It's not like this was, it's not like Emmett Till was not real. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying? So there's truth.
Mm.
I've had this conversation with one of my best friends that I grew up with, one of our queens I grew up with, and she asked me. She said she was like, "Now you've dated and talked to white women or whatever throughout your life. You never discriminated, but when I said something about dating a white man, you kind of jumped back and was like, hey, wait a minute." I was like, "I'll tell you why." And I said, us as black men, when we see that, we know how the mass majority of that climate rolls, and they're control based. It's a control based. We know as black men there's a section of black women that are not gonna put up with that. There's some that do, but there's a section of our women that we would be letting them go into a harmful situation by letting them do that. But it's a different out. It's a different situation. Why was it okay for you to date? At the time, black women didn't date me, didn't really find me attractive or whatever it was. I've been told to my face, I'm not nigga enough before. This is just real. You know what I mean? Bro, I can't make this shit up. No, I don't hold that against any of them one to one, none at all. I love all of our queens the same. I am raising queens. I have three of them that I have produced and I'm raising. One of my queens that I produced is about to have a child. You know what I'm saying? She's about to become a legit queen herself. Live and protect that. I was raised by them. I go see my mom every weekend I can. You know what I'm saying? But at what point do I say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and outdate whoever it is that decides that I'm okay to date versus keep holding off hoping that I come across one at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like it, and then again, demographic. Where I moved to, the only when I first moved here, the only black woman that was here was my wife at the time. We were the all black couple here.
Mm.
That was it. You know what I mean? My
It's
sister from New
like
York.
that's the thing. You said when Dr. Umar had a problem with Bronny James taking a white girl to the fucking prom. Who do you think is at this kid's school?
I'm still waiting on you to uplift this school that you've been taking money for almost 10 years. Man, Doc,
Okay, now we gonna shift gears a little bit. We said we're gonna get into some social commentary. I'm
let's
watching
do
a
that.
channel on YouTube, and it is he's been kind of going controversial because of what he's been getting a lot of backlash for something he said. And I posted it on my Facebook. It said, if you're a heterosexual man looking at heterosexual porn, you're gay because you have to look at another man's tip to get off.
To me, you know what that sounds like to me, and I'm gonna just keep it all the way funky. That sounds like a gay man trying to get it off of him. Period. That sounds like back in the day, them dudes who just gay men left and right all the time. Everything was fuck the gays is this, the gays is that. And then you find out later down in life that it was because they were actually gay. That's what that sounds like to me. Because that is the most. That is, come on, man. Like, so. Am I gay if I go to the gym and I ask another man who has his shirt off, who's working out, how to work a machine if I don't know how to, like, are you, come on, man. Like, it's the porn industry. What if I'm not even necessarily watching him? Because if you watch him, the camera most of the time is fixated on, you can watch that. That's fine. If that's how you feel, cool, bro. Have at it. That's what you got to do to get through your day. Cool. Whatever. It's you know what I'm saying. That's a guy who he's now pigeonholed himself for. He's pigeonholed himself. If he comes across a female one day that likes to get down or be on some freaky stuff, and that's what he trying, and she really want to be on it. Now you can't double back on that. You can't have no fun with that.
Yeah.
You can't. What if she wants to bring another? Because now, what if she wants to bring a girl to the bedroom? So is it gay for her, and it wrong for you to watch them two fuck now? You see what I mean? Like people do this shock value shit and don't think about it. You know what I'm saying? They go for shock value, go for clickbait, and it's at the end of the day. Sometimes is it really worth it though? Like, is it worth it? Like, did you really get famous for what you said? And again, is what you're saying going to make a change of anything? No. Like, we live in a whole society where there's a group of individuals who like watching their wives fuck other men. Don't touch the men, ain't got nothing for the men, just like watching their wives do it. That's on them. That's what they want to do. Cool. Are you, so you know what I mean? Like, what my thing is, what was his goal in saying that? And this is where me getting older now, I'm 41.
Okay.
I look at this shit like this now. Like, what's the story behind it? What are you trying to say? And to me, to me, it sounds like he's throwing something off of him.
Well, as you said, I continued to watch the video. Basically, what he was going is basically trying to get men to stop being slaves to vices, to to masturbation, or you said to, and also to stop simping. He's like, because after he got so much backlash, he was like, if you watch porn, that's fine, but you said I would be better off with you watching porn that you can see for free than to paying these goofy bitches that you putting on a pedestal. So I think where he started was just like, like you said, the clicks, but then when he started talking about it, it got into, said, why are us as men paying for shit that we can get for free?
Because maybe for them, maybe there is some men out there who prefer the quality, and we can keep it real as you want. There's some men out there who prefer the type of female that's only going to be shown on the porn that you can buy. So do we shun them because what if that's what they want, is the Alexis Texases of the world? Well, you got to pay to see her. She's not one that you can just go on the black owned sites and see one of them females, which those females that are on the freer sites are catered more to what us as the black male or the men demographic look at. Most of those female are thicker with more shaped out bodies, and they go a little harder. The higher up porns that you pay, those females look like they go to school to learn this. Those companies pay those females to go to the gym 2, 4, 5 hours a day every day. That's part of their contracts. So there's a type of female, there's a type of man who is attracted to that type of woman, who may not be able to get that woman in real life. So this is his way of getting that woman. Why are we gonna shun him for it? You
And
know what
see,
I'm
my
saying?
thing,
Because at the end of the day, we all have a kink. Everybody, we all have a kink.
mm.
Somebody somewhere is gonna look at like, ew, really? You what? Everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know,
And see, my thing is this
yeah,
though. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause at the end of the day, like me, I like model cars. You know what I'm saying? Like if I spend my money on model cars, or if I put you saying because you do t-shirts, right?
sir.
Okay, if I spend every extra dollar that I have giving it to you to get a bunch of these printed up, who the fuck are you to tell me what the fuck I do with my money? You get what I'm saying? And
That
it's
part.
just like,
This is what you want to shit. Okay. What I will do, I will give you a suggestion or an opinion from my professional standpoint. If I see something that may enhance your vision, at the end of the day, shit, nigga, Dub spinning it. Dub said you want to turn to the side with one leg up looking crooked eyed, nigga, let's do it then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you on that. We again, we're so enhanced in this telling everybody what they can and can't do, this want to cancel everything society. uh,
you say, but then we could also flip it on you say like because right now the biggest thing with the left, their biggest problem with the right now is the cancellation of Roe v. Wade. You know what I'm saying? Now these motherfuckers,
I Yeah,
he said now these
that was
motherfuckers,
crucial.
he said these motherfuckers they have a problem with you saying with women. You said like getting abortions and stuff like that. But see the shit and like I'm pro life with the pussy that I'm fucking. If I'm not fucking, I don't give a shit what you do with your shit. I don't care. That's not my problem. You said my thing is you said when you get these Republicans that get on national TV and when they are pressed and asked, what if a woman is raped or a victim of incest? They well, God thought she should have a baby. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I, I agree. I agree 100%. I am pro-choice. I am your body, your choice. But I also believe that there should be a lot of study and education in that. Also, that goes to, I do believe in the okay, if it's not a okay, what if it's not a situation of incest or rape, and it was just a situation of this young girl met this young boy, they got horny, had sex, and now she's pregnant. Yes, in that situation, he does have a right to say, well, wait a minute, I don't want the baby aborted. Because at that point, to me, is more of a God's calling
Mm.
than somebody having to overpower somebody and take it, and oops, accidentally you're pregnant now because I said so, versus we did something. But again, this goes, see, a lot of what I think is happening with a lot of that is exposing the fact that parents aren't teaching their children. So you're getting a lot of kids in these situations who've never been taught shit and don't know anything. And if you look at it, the ones who've been made the big plaster cases that weren't rape and incest cases, the father never wanted the baby gone. The
Mm.
father never wanted the baby gone. but we don't matter until it's time for the baby to be taken care of. Then it's hey, daddy, daddy, daddy. So you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of dividing. It's all divide and conquer. If they can keep us all divided, we can't conquer shit. So they divide us in every single way they can. How do they have mothers and fathers eat as a human being? There was a time to where abortion wasn't even looked at. Abortion, no. You just seen the homegirl from down the street disappear for a summer and she moved down south with her grandma. And then she came back the next year and had a sister. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no abortion. We didn't that whole again, that's not our culture. This is why this type of stuff for us is so because this is not stuff that's part of our culture.
Mhm.
But again, you go again and you do that. The Caucasian culture was not the only culture that was setting up and marrying off their daughters at 13, 14 years old. Neither. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of us don't want to get into that. A lot of us don't want to get into, like I posted, I mean, not me, this young black lady posted, you dating somebody that would have owned you years ago is crazy. And I'm like, and my response to that was, you do know we sold ourselves first though, right? Like, and the whole slave thing came from what we called indentured slave servants. They just took it and ran with it on a whole nother level. But we was doing this shit first. We literally, what do you think? We taught them everything. This has been proven that we taught them everything. So you think they just learned how to slave and take over people's minds out of nowhere? No, we taught them this shit. They watched as we were teaching them everything. They watched how we were running our kingdoms and running our layers and running all of our how pharaohs were running their kingdoms, and they peeped it and they were like, "Ooh, we can do that. Damn, we can do. Wow, that was just mind control. All he did was talk that out of her. Wait a minute." And they did what they do best. They went to school. They did what they do best, and they went to school. They went to school. So is again divide and conquer. Who cares? Because if you start tracing our heritage back as far as our presidents, you gonna see Barack wasn't nowhere near the first half black nigga we had in office. Not even close. Not remotely. Like Thomas Jefferson was known for his mother being a slave, like known for it. So, and he wasn't the first. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. At some point we got to stop letting them control our narrative, and that's exactly what they do with this television programming. Again, I give them props though, because they've never lied about what they're doing. They lie in what they do, but they never lied about what they're doing. We're gonna program your television through this idiot box.
Right.
Everything we tell you here is what you're gonna believe. And here we are. We believe it to the T, no matter what. No matter what. They try to tell us,
Which I think was the biggest thing when it comes to like parents, like you said, white, black, you said whatever, is like when they push that alphabet stuff on us, we're seeing the shit on kid channels. You said there is no fucking reason in the world I should see the fuck is that motherfucker's name? The motherfucker that wear the suit top with the dress on the bottom, Billy Porter. He said, there is no fucking reason in the world that motherfucker should be on Sesame Street. Get the fuck out of here. You said there is a senator in Kentucky right now that is pushing for a bill to make. You said what was it? She's pushing for a bill to make minor attracted people accepted by law.
Oh yeah, they've been trying to push pedophilia as a they've been see what happened with that was they tried to put that as part of the LGTB community, and even they bucked that shit. And even they was like, no, we get freaky with ourselves and with each other. We don't fuck with the kids though. But there's a big, because that's because they don't want. It's a lot of their husbands, brothers, cousins, uncles, fathers that's doing this shit, and there's so many more women involved in it and have always been doing it. I can contest to that personally. But women have gotten a pass with it, especially in our generation, because what one of us was gonna go snitch that the older lady did something to us? What? No.
Nobody.
Body. One, you was gonna get, man, you little bitch. You was fuck wrong with you, you punk ass nigga. How far you go? You know what I'm saying? The way we work, you could no. The way these teachers going down now, no, ain't no way. They ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? But it's they, we're predators. They're just getting their groove back. They hate when I say that shit.
And some of these
predators.
teachers
What we
be
do,
baddies though. So, look,
bro. The one that was piping the little 13-year-old boy for like a half a semester. The little wait, what? They showed the picture of her mom, and like her sister, and like the whole I'm like, this dude was about to get ready to smash the whole family if he'd shut up. Not saying this right here, my thing, people. If you're listening, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. It is wrong. Don't get me wrong. That is wrong on all levels, on both sides. My problem is, it's viewed more of, well, she had to be going through something for her to do it. Had to be going through something. Why can't you just be bad, motherfuckers? Sometimes y'all ain't shit too. Sometimes y'all ain't shit too. It ain't just
you said like when you said we're getting towards the end here. You see, and I'm gonna tie it back around because you just sat there and said something profound. You said for the woman, she's probably going through something. This shooter, you said the first shit they went to, he was bullied in school. Now they're talking to his former classmates. He was never bullied, ever. He got jokes told on him because he wore camouflage every day, but he was not bullied.
So again, the side for that. But how much, man? It's just a very dangerous game that we're playing that we have to educate ourselves on. Regardless on what you feel, this side, that side, hate this one, hate that one. Learn the whole game. And I think a big problem why a lot of people don't want to learn the game and just want to write it off is because they know they're going to find out shit they don't want to find out. That's going to debunk a lot of people that they thought were upstanding Oprahs. I mean, people. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna find out some stuff. You know what I mean? This is why they can find, they can find a needle in a haystack, but they can't find the Epstein law to let out who all was on that Epstein law. Because of the people who on that Epstein law, the world ain't ready to see that law. The world ain't ready to see it, unfortunately. There's a group of us who kind of understand and already know that they start reading off names. We're going to be like, yeah, we knew it. Yeah, we know it. Yeah, they're not like us. We know. Yeah, all of them. Yep. There you go. Yep. Every last one of them. Yep. Him too. Yep. Him too. Yep. He did it. Yep. Him too. But it's always the ones that they try to make us believe that's not doing it. I love the fact that so many of them children that were put up against Michael Jackson when they were young are now starting to speak out like, that was bull. That never happened. That never happened when I was with Michael. That never happened when I was over there. And it's coming out that Mike never did nothing with no kids when they was over there with him. All he ever did was give kids an opportunity to live a better kid life than he ever did. Because the industry, y'all was fucking him since he was a kid. Barry, Quincy. Yeah, I said it.
Now, before we get up out of here, give everybody your socials so they can get in contact with you, brother.
Oh man, you can catch me on Facebook at Terrance Knight. I ain't nothing special. Terrance Knight, you'll find me just like that. Instagram is Knight Solutions. My company's name, it's a Z at the end of Solutions, not an S. It's a Z there. I'll actually be I'm not working the show, but I'm going to a show in Fostoria, Ohio tonight. My cousin Marcus Knight and another one of the members of my group, Aaron Black, is working that show, so I'll be there supporting them. You can look for us everywhere, man. RCW up in Akron with the wrestling, EFW in Cleveland with the wrestling. We're gonna be. I'm actually starting there at that show next Sunday. So it's just you can find us. Y'all know where to find us. Come holler at us. We got that good soap too, baby.
Yeah, and you say, and my man does the shirts too. So if y'all need some work done, holler at my man. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Absolutely. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
definitely. If you guys like this video, make sure you smash that like button, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss another video. But without further ado, I love you. TK loves you. We out of here, man. Peace.
Absolutely.
The boy Dub Deuce in the building.